So I wanted to show you how I would approach doing a drawing inspired by the facemaker or Wilf Dessent. So just to kind of show you the rest of my sketchbook, I'm not going to zoom out that much, but I've got my title, so I've gone for the facemaker and I've put some of his patterns inside my letters. I've also, partly because I couldn't find my glue stick at the time, you put masking tape down and put some baking paper, this is just baking paper, underneath, just to add a little bit of interest. So I'm going to do a little drawing up in the top and then a little drawing in the opposite corner at the bottom, which I will show you. So for this, I have got myself a biro pen, so just a normal ballpoint pen. A pencil sharpener, rubber, ruler, and then I've got an assortment of circles because I can't draw a circle very well or a curve very well on my own. So I've got an assortment of circles. And I'm going to start out with some kind of boxy shapes. So I'm actually going to use, because my rubber's nice and square, I'm actually going to just draw around my rubber rather than using a ruler, because then I can get the whole shape in. Okay, and then I want a big curve. So I've also got this masking tape that I used for this, but you can use a mug, or you could use a, I don't know, like well, anything circular. Okay, so I've got that circle there, and then I'm going to think about the actual shape of the face. So I want a nose, so I'm going to have this big bit as the general shape of my face. I'm going to put a nose in, and I'm breaking it down into shapes. So I know the people that I have taught, a lot of you guys mentioned Picasso and that kind of really abstract drawing idea, which is quite nice. So thinking about breaking down all of these things into really, really simple shapes. Then for the mouth, I'm actually going to do the mouth kind of coming off the face slightly because he's a bit broken up. And I'm going to use this tape, and then I'm going to draw a line, just a straight line across there, so it's like a grin. And I'm actually going to then, hang on, draw a bit of a lip, so I'm slightly going to overlap there. Oh, blimey. Boom, boom. Like that. And that's going to be a sort of bottom lip, if you like. So I'm going to rub that bit out now. I'm going to rub out this bit that I don't want. So I don't want that curve cutting through there, and I don't want that. So just so I know which lines I'm keeping. And then I'm going to use this lip balm just to put a little circular shape. So it's like a nostril. Yeah, I quite like that. And then I'm going to do an ear. So I am building up a proper shape of a face. And I don't like that cutting into that box really. So I'm just I want that box to be the main thing. So I am, yeah, doing the shape of a face, but I'm just thinking about how I don't want an ear on that side. So I'm going to leave that side. So thinking about how I'm building up the kind of general shape of my face. I'm trying to decide on an eye now. So I want an eye, and I'm going to go for a circular eye on this side, I think, and then a semicircle eye on this side. So I'm going to go for a semicircle. Whoa, I've accidentally untaped it. Okay. So semicircle like that, draw the line there. So you can see kind of that that's going to be the shape of an eye. I think I'll put an eye in it. And then a full circle over this side. So I'm going to go a full circle like that over this side. Okay, so that is the general shape of my face. I'm just going to really quickly, sorry, I just hit my sharpener, add some little bits at the top. So I quite like it when he does these boxes and these kind of rays, almost like rays going over the top. So like a crown, he does that on quite a few of his faces. And I like that idea. And I'm just being quite loose with my marks. I'm going to go over it in pen because he uses, oh, I've done that wrong. He uses black outlines. So I'm going to try and do that in my work as well, just so that I'm really referencing his work. Okay. So I think I'm going to leave it there. I might add something else in this corner a bit later, but do you know what? I am going to add something down there. So I'm going to do another box, but I'm going to turn it up that way. Okay, yes, that looks better. Okay, so I've got my general shapes. Now I'm going to add in a bit more detail. So I'm actually going to have, I think I'm going to leave this side quite plain. I'm going to put some stuff. So I'm going to try and emulate those rays at the top that I've done there and do some straight line rays here. Oh, but I've not decided where my centre is yet. So I kind of want them to come out like that. Okay. So I've got a bit of pattern there. I want some nice teeth, and I might put a tongue in there. Okay, and then some funky teeth. I really like the way he does really big, weird teeth. Okay, so I'm going to stick with that. And then when it comes to the eye, I think I want, I'm going to do just it coming straight up from there, and I'm going to do kind of a shape like that, and then put the iris in there, and then a pupil in the middle. Okay, and I'm going to leave it like that. I like this bit, happy with that. And then on this side, I'm actually going to do it a bit different. So I'm going to do almost like a lemon shape. Oh, it's more like an arrowhead actually. So he's going to be looking in a different direction. So I'm going to put the iris in again and the pupil. Right, so I'm happy with that. And then on this section, I think I'm going to do an eyelid, because that looks a bit like an eyelid, doesn't it? And then I'll do some stripes coming off there. And then underneath, do I want anything underneath? No, I think I'm going to leave the underneath plain. I'm going to do some more circles in here. So when I'm putting in these patterns, I'm just kind of following the line of the shapes I've already done. So it's quite simple when I'm doing these patterns. Okay, here I'm going to stick with this ray idea because I've done quite a lot of that. And then it will make sense. I might do, I'm going to do some little circles in some of these. So I really am kind of making this up as I go along, which you can probably tell. But that's kind of how he works. He reads the space and makes it work for him. So then I want to do something in that ear. So I think I'm going to stick with that contour line idea. So kind of follow those curves, a bit like a rainbow. Right. So I'm happy with that. I'm just going to rub out a couple of lines that I don't think I want. So I don't think I want that line to go into the eye, but I do want this. I want it to go inside. Yeah, so the eye is on top of the nose, but then the nose is on top of that weird box. Okay. Then I don't know whether I'll add pattern in there. Can't decide. I might put some pattern in the rays actually. So I might do some zigzags because I like the zigzags. Yeah. Oh no, now I've done it. Changed direction and confused myself. Okay. So, yes. I'm happy with that. So I've really built it up quite organically. Once I'm at this stage, I will then outline it with pen. So I'm going to speed that bit up. So I'll outline it with pen and then I'll talk to you about colour.